Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Crystal Thornton. If you're new here, hi, I'm Crystal, and we are today talking about and listening to Joni Lamb's official statement that she put out today. And I just want to clear the air that I have a very unbiased view of the situation, but I will be giving my opinion on it and what Joni has to say. So without further ado, let's go ahead and listen to the statement that she made today.
Hello everyone. I wanted to take a few minutes today to speak from my heart to the Daystar family and friends. Recently, Daystar made the decision to terminate my son, Jonathan Lamb's employment. That decision was not taken lightly. It followed a 15-month review of Jonathan's performance and his refusal to take any steps to satisfy a detailed performance improvement plan put in place. He also refused my offer to participate in a formal mediation to resolve grievances in a biblical and professional manner. Rather than take any steps to improve his performance at Daystar, it seems clear now that Jonathan was focused on fabricating a smear campaign. You see, Jonathan was extremely disappointed that he was not named the future president of Daystar following the death of his father and my husband, Marcus Lamb, despite the fact that Marcus had given a clear directive to the family and to the board that I would succeed him as president. Jonathan's disappointment in not getting his way only deepened when I married Dr. Doug Weiss, who has been such a blessing to me, the rest of my family, and Daystar. I can tell you that as a mother, as a grandmother, this situation saddens me deeply, and it grieves my heart because I love my family. I love all my children. I love my grandchildren. I love the work we've done together for so many years. And I had hoped that we could have resolved the situation in private. But now, Jonathan has given me no choice except to speak out. Everyone knows that we have dedicated our lives to spreading the love of Jesus, and to see it attacked by my son Jonathan and his wife is truly heartbreaking. I want to assure you that all the allegations that are circulating against myself and my late husband are completely false. We have already begun to take legal steps to defend ourselves, and we will address the accusations in a God-honoring way. We stand firm in our faith, knowing that God is with us, and his purpose for Daystar is far greater than any present challenge we may be facing. While this attack is very painful and wrong, I know that our battle is not against flesh and blood, but against a spiritual enemy who seeks to destroy and divide no matter what the cost. I want to ask you for your prayers. Thank you for your continued love and support. Our team here at Daystar will keep you updated. Again, thank you for your prayers. God bless you.
That was definitely a lot said in that video. She really has said a lot in her statement when it comes to Jonathan and Suzy and how ultimately she feels about the situation. I think she personally painted Jonathan very childlike and childish. And the way that it is said that he responded to her becoming the successor and president of now Daystar when his dad passed away, I really find it hard to believe that he would be that upset. Now, personally, I do not know Jonathan nor Suzy, but it just really says a lot that you would get frustrated and to the point of like throwing a temper tantrum that you were not the next president, the next successor. I don't really find this to be that true. Now, my thoughts on her response to the allegations and saying that they are completely false. Why would Jonathan and Suzy say and come out to say that their daughter has been essayed? That is a very sensitive thing to say. It can be shameful, it could be hurtful, it could put embarrassment on you. And I just wouldn't personally go out and just say, my child has been essayed without it being true. And it really says a lot that she possibly is painting him to be misleading, him to be psychotic, him to be a liar, gaslighting her, all those things that is painting him in a bad light to say, we didn't do this, this wasn't done, your child was not essayed, you're crazy. And I just really find it hard to believe that someone would go out of their way to lie about that. And as hard as it is to take in and to believe sometimes, it could be your very own family that did the act. And it's hard to admit, it's hard to come out and say, but most essayed victims are not believed, even by their own family members. I have plenty of family members that I know that were never believed in the act of being essayed. This shows me how and why victims don't come out and say that they've been essayed, because most times they're not believed. So it really is disheartening to see that from a stance of Jonathan and Suzy coming out to the public and saying this and telling their side of the story. Why would someone lie about that? And it really hurts my heart to see that and to know that most essay victims don't feel comfortable coming out because they're not initially believed. But we have to come to a point where we hear them out, and it's not always to believe them right away, but just to hear them and to take in consideration that this might have happened. Even if it hurts, even if it's from someone you didn't expect, but it could have happened or is happening. Also, why would Jonathan and Suzy consider leaving their family-owned business and company if they were well taken care of financially, if something serious wasn't going on behind the scenes? Because I know for most part, if you're doing what you feel called to do, doing the will of God, the call of God, and you're getting paid for it well, you probably won't leave. And to say that they left and they wanted to leave and considered leaving because of things going on behind the scenes that were very hard to take in, very severe, that says a lot, and that speaks volumes. And to really us consider that all these things that are lining up on behalf of Jonathan and Suzy and Joni, to say like there are things that are lined up that say certain people are telling the truth or not telling the truth, and it just doesn't add up. The math isn't mathing if we are taking in consideration things that are not being said. Like I just mentioned, Jonathan had a well-paying job, and yet to consider to put all that on the line and say, I'm leaving this because my family is being attacked, my family is being abused, my family is going through something that is not put out to everyone or the public eye, but I'm tired of suffering behind the scenes and suffering in silence. That says a lot. And his financial security was not worth the suffering that he was enduring silently behind the scenes, and his family. So the statement is very general, it's very politically correct, but I can't really say that I feel that it is the most sincere. It feels very harsh, very cold, very just by obligation, she had to do it. So I do hope and pray that all of this comes to the light, and not choosing sides, but just choosing justice and choosing the will of God, and that God brings all of this to the light and he brings justice to every victim involved. So just pray for the Lambs as they navigate this hard time and as they're going through the steps and the process to bring healing amongst their family.